in nowadays Western medical system, doctors are humiliating or defaming
We saw some
Ayurveda,
videos.
Ayurvedic science by telling that there is no such thing as Viruddha and there are no effects. They are conducting research outside the body. So they
In
don't,
labs.
in labs, and they don't know the functional aspects of any of these foodstuffs, and they are humiliating Ayurvedic science by saying that there is no concept of Viruddhahara and all foods you can take and you should take, and whenever curd is abandoned or curd should not be taken, what is mentioned in Ayurvedic science, they tell that you should take curd at night or you should take curd with
Just
these things.
opposite.
Just opposite to that, just to humiliate or defame Ayurvedic science. What is your opinion?
So Viruddhatva means it is antagonism. So nowadays it is considered to be like most of the foods people are avoiding. If there is nothing called Viruddhatva, it is something foolish. Then why these allopathy doctors themselves are asking avoid allergen information is written on food packets and asking to avoid this peanuts, contain peanuts, anything you should avoid dust, smoke, peanuts, that thing, this thing, etc. So they are supporting this Viruddhatva and they are insulting Viruddhatva. So that becomes contradiction. So first and foremost, Viruddhatva or something which is antagonistically working in body tissue elements is first and foremost explained in Ayurvedic
Ayurvedic science.
science. It is not that Western medicine which has first explained the concept of hypersensitivity. It is Ayurveda itself which is mentioned as a phenomenon called Viruddhatva. So Viruddhatva means it is mentioned as Dhatu Pratiniga
Deha
Bhutani,
dhatu pratiniga
Deha
bhuta.
Dhatu Pratiniga Bhutani Dravyani,
Deha
Deha
dhatu
Dhadubir
virodham
Virodham
abhati.
Abhadyante, and it can cause the substances which are antagonistic to tissue elements can result in effects of antagonism in the tissues. That is what is called Viruddhatva, and Viruddhatva cause, initiating cause is mentioned as altered immune system, Ojo Vyabhat in Ayurveda. So in Ayurveda it is first and foremost what you call researched and streamlined, and the very concept of Viruddhatva, hypersensitivity reactions are explored for the first time in the history of Ayurveda by science-based, evidence-based
Evidence-based.
Ayurveda. We are having publication Unveiling the Truths in Ayurveda, which explains by Dr. Rajkumar, which is explaining everything about this allergy and autoimmune conditions. So this abnormal immune activity is the cause. And what are the main types of Viruddhatva? How Viruddhatva is happening with regard to food? That also is explained. A person who is in South India is taking too much wheat, all of a sudden starts consuming wheat, or a person in North India all of a sudden changes his diet from his own habitat, a change, desha, kala, agni, with regard to digestion, like if his digestion is disturbed or if his digestion is low, he is taking a heavy diet, and if his digestion is high, he is taking a light diet. This is also a contradiction. So in accordance to the digestion, in accordance to the hunger status, he has to consume the diet, uh, and in accordance to his body status, according to his health status, he has to consume the diet. That is also, then according to his habituations, he has to consume diet. And our scientists have also told to have healthy habituations. I am habituated to smoked meat, or I am habituated to eating meat every day. Every day I am habituated to beef. So I should continue that. It's not like that. Our science has explained healthy habituation and unhealthy habituation. What all diets are meant to be habituated regularly. I mean, habituation is regular diet practice. So, and what all things are to be abandoned, not on a regular basis, it is to be consumed. So, that also is mentioned. Shashtigam, Shali, red rice, Mudga,
Green
green
gram.
gram, Saindava means this
Salt.
salt, I mean Saindav Namak, then uh, Shashtigam, Shali, Mudgam cha, Saindava, Amalaki, this what you call gooseberry, Yava, all these are surpis, I mean ghee, cow's ghee. All these are are meant to be
Habituated.
habituated in health. And there are many foods which are contraindicated also, which are mentioned like kurchiga, kilada, all these paneer things, which are considered to be most proteinaceous
Yeah.
and regularly to be practiced by children. And
Gavya Amisham.
so kurchiga, kilada, everything not to be practiced regularly. Shaugara, this pork meat, gavya, beef, malsya, fish, omega-3 fatty acid. So fish should not be consumed regularly. Fish can cause many adverse reactions in the body depending on I am perfectly fine, I am taking fish every day, some people will say. So his immune status, if adverse or abnormal, he can go sick also with a single time fish consumption also. So all these are depending on the status of digestion, immune status, metabolic status, detoxifying mechanisms,
And certain
innate,
combinations.
certain combinations,
So they will be having
and
opposite
preparations. Right?
active principles in their food stuff itself.
Yeah.
Like milk and buttermilk. So both are having, one is sweet and other one is sour. So there are certain principles, active principles, which are explained in Ayurvedic science, which are contradictory to each other. Such foodstuffs are not to be taken because um, sometimes it will be increasing the action of that um, one foodstuff, sometimes it will be decreasing, sometimes it will be producing toxic metabolites. If toxic metabolites are produced, body will be in trouble. So such foodstuffs which can produce toxic metabolites and cause damage to the tissues or which can affect tissues is termed as viruddha. So such viruddha, when consumed according to the status of the subject, it becomes more and more potent, or it will be less potent, but that potency, based on the potency, he will be getting various abnormal conditions.
For example, dry colon people, if they are consuming more and more, foods which can cause fiber-rich foods or like dryness-inducing foods, that can be viruddha. Because it is antagonistic to the state and stage of his colon or his stomach or his intestine or
When
his body tissues.
hunger is less, he is taking
Consuming
heavy food.
heavy food. That is viruddha. So viruddha doesn't mean two substances interaction alone. In contradictory to the status of
With
digestion.
the body also.
With the body also. And in
is
the disease status also. If he is having a metabolic error, he is taking a food which slows down metabolism like fruits. If he is taking in a metabolic error, it can slow down metabolism. Again, so that is also viruddha. And viruddhatva impact is mostly visible in a disease status more than in healthy status. In healthy status, body has its own innate mechanisms to combat the effects of viruddhatva. Like
in young age.
Ayurveda, it is told Vyayama, Snigdha, Deepta, Agner, Vyayama, one who is doing exercise in empty stomach, one who is having very good power of digestion and metabolism in youth, young age. So, and certain.
During young age, they will be practicing more and they will not be identifying it.
Yeah.
But once the age changes, one climate changes or habitat changes, it becomes prominent, it becomes conspicuous.
So it can adversely impact the immune status and it can cause many different kinds of diseases, and it can cause aggravation in the existing diseases also, because these things are like they can impact the immune system, metabolism, circulation, digestion. We cannot exactly say honey and hot water if taken together. See, I have taken, I didn't die. That is foolishness. It doesn't mean if he is taking continuously for 20 days, 30 days, 1 month, 2 months, honey and hot water in a significant quantity together.
Toxic metabolites will definitely be produced.
Build up in his cells.
And how it is going to impact, it will be based on his status.
His immune status, and it cannot be studied in the labs. Because it is something which is happening in a living body.
Everything is explained in a living body in Ayurvedic science. So it is foolish to say that this combination doesn't have any active principle which are interacting and producing any.
They are interpreting based on active principle and not the food.
Yeah.
So that itself, the starting point itself is wrong. So omega-3 fatty acid is not the fish. Fish is different from omega-3 fatty
Yeah,
acid. So
exactly.
this kind of difference also they don't know. So it is better to follow a science which advocates science of man, science of human being, science of healing, science of biological behavior of foods, science of impact of biological behavior of foods in accordance to the status of the body, etc. It is better to trust this science, this kind of science and its impact, rather than going behind analytic reductionism. So
Yeah.
Viruddhatva can cause many diseases, all sort of allergy, autoimmune diseases,
Starting from
infertility,
genetic diseases also
passing
can be.
over to next generations, cancer, and even Shandhyandhya, Visarpa, Udagodaranam, Vispodaga, Unmada, mental disease, Bhagandara,
Psychiatric
fistula,
illness.
psychiatric diseases, all the
One
different
more
kinds.
misconcept is there that certain food, if you are taking, it can cure diseases. So,
Yeah.
what is your
Healing foods.
yeah, healing foods
So
like
they're
vitamin C
thinking,
will
yeah,
prevent
yeah,
infection,
yeah, yeah.
such.
Not prevent also, cure also.
Huh.
Lemon, eating lemon will cure
So,
cold.
and allopaths prescribe such food stuff also along with their treatment also.
So the one thing I have already told, they are evaluating the active principle or chemical constituents or nutrients in a food, and based on which they are starting to evaluate the impact of healing. That is wrong, because it is not the nutrients that are healing. When a food is consumed on the whole, the food is working inside the body. So food has got its taste. So we know that in Ayurvedic science, Shad rasas are mentioned: Madhura, Amla, Lavana, Kadu, Tikta, Kashaya. Only 6 rasas are there, which are perceptible by the tongue. Sweet is there, sour is there, Kadu, Lavana, Tikta, bitter is there, Kashaya, astringent is there. So 6 tastes only. So these tastes, when the food is consumed in mouth, when it is put in mouth itself, how these tastes are going to work in different tissue levels. That is explained in Ayurveda. So that behavior of rasas of food itself, it is very clear that Madhura rasa, sweet, sweet taste foods, how they work in a healthy body, and excess of Madhura rasa, how they impact a body, healthy body. All these are Shad rasas are explained in Ayurvedic science. So it is not based on a nutrient. We know that Amla rasa or anything with sour,
So many general functions are explained. General functions
biological functions.
as well as specific and special functions in that foodstuff is also explained.
Yeah.
Not only this, general properties of this six
Foods.
rasas, their special and specific
Activities.
actions are explained with in a foodstuff is also explained.
Yeah.
So, body is made up of food and water. So, what we consume is food, and tissues are getting nourished, and all the systems are getting nourished with food and water. So, in a disease status, whatever you are consuming, that will be acting against the disease or for
Correct.
the aggravation of the disease. So it can be either the cause of the disease or it can be either treatment of the disease.
Yeah.
So when a foodstuff is converted to a medicine, like you are taking turmeric, you are taking tulasi, so it will be getting potency. In that status, in that body status, it will be having high potency. And if you continuously take that, either it will cure the disease and cause so much other destructive changes in the tissues, or it can um, be continuously causing
Adverse.
adverse effects in the body in the coming period. When food is according to one treatment principle, when food and water are adjusted or advised to be corrected, and when medicine is given, it will be producing the intended effect of healing. Other than this, if something is taken and food and water are not changed, and they are taking whatever food they need, or according to their habituation they are consuming everything, it will not be acting like a medicine. It will be acting like either it can produce toxic things or it can cause aggravation of the disease and cause tissue damage. So vitamin C or one foodstuff as turmeric or tulasi or some other thing as triphala they are taking daily, which can cause impair not only metabolism, it can cause degenerative changes or destructive changes in tissues also.
People are taking turmeric powder
Hmm.
mixed with milk, or tulsi mixed with milk, or
Lemon juice.
lemon juice, or clove kashaya. During COVID, all the spices in water, boil and make kashaya and drinking. All these are very dangerous. When you are using it in the kitchen, it is with other ingredients you are using in a very small quantity. That is not how when you are using it as decoction, that extract, when you are taking extract of the same in water by boiling continuously, it becomes more potent, and it's not like a curry. Turmeric in the curry differs from turmeric you are boiling in water. So what I mean to say is that this can cause dehydration if you consume excess turmeric. Tulsi can cause bleeding
No, a
disorders.
disease has to be corrected from cause, and cause mechanisms are to be addressed. It's
Yeah.
not like if you take one drug, if you take one herb, it will get corrected and you will become healthy. It is foolish
Yeah,
thinking.
it won't happen.
In Western medical system, they give a drug and ask you to take everything.
Yeah.
So that is foolish because you are not addressing the cause. The mechanism is still there, and if you are not addressing the cause mechanisms with food and by modifying your food habits and food and water, the disease is not going to get cured.
So healing, they don't have the concept of healing. They are just doing blocking, masking, suppressing, and supplementation with food and nutrients. So this is not biological healing. Healing as such means restabilizing health.
Yeah.
So there is no question of imbad nutrition or anything followed by healing. Well, health is emerging. Only our only duty is to stabilize health. That is the only thing. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj.